Cool.
What up, dude?
That's right when I'm doing the vlog at 7 seconds. I just got interrupted by one ugly guy.
Hi, YouTube.
I'll just have to stop this and edit it right in.
I want it back. Give it back. I want it back. Give it back. I want it back. Now you know what I'm talking about.
So the conversation ended as quickly as it began, because the one thing that can tear one ugly guy away from any conversation is food. So off he went. He's in Vegas, that lucky man. I would love to be in Vegas, man. It's like the UFC capital, you know? Anyway, basically just giving updates of what's going on and talk about whatever. I'm not usually used to these vlog things. I usually like to have topics and stuff set up. It's kind of hard for me to just willy-nilly this thing. But I'm sure I can manage. Well, today was kind of a interesting day. And today is my birthday. So it was, and this one was a big one, and I'm not going to say the age. It's just amazing to me how quick time goes by, you know? It really feels like not that long ago that I was, you know, in a band with hair down to my mid-back, you know, pursuing the dream of being in, you know, the music industry. And, you know, it just, or in high school for that matter, it just seems like not that long ago to me. Maybe, I don't know, but it is. It's far, far, long distance away in time. But, you know, today, but see, I don't make a big deal of birthdays, and it just, I don't know, everyone's like, oh man, you should have taken today off. It's I don't know, like, my family wasn't very close, especially in my teenage years. It was a total disaster. And I think my main birthday celebrating times was around, I think I was 13 was the real one that I could say, that was when it ended. That's when the importance of birthdays seemed to end. And the whole family situation completely blew apart. It was dysfunctional to begin with, but it really went down the deep end. I'm not going to go into total details, but I mean, in a nutshell, it's pretty much on my own by 17, 18, 17 really. And it was not a fun time. So birthdays, to me, it's just, I don't know, it's very hard. People who make big deals about birthdays and like have cakes and stuff, and that's the way my wife's family is. They're very close, and it's just very odd for me because I don't have that closeness with my family. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of crap that's happened. You know, through my faith and my belief in God, that's helped heal a lot of stuff and help me to forgive and try not to harbor any ill feelings, you know. But I still have that awkwardness around close families, or you know, or there's a large amount of people in the family all in one, you know, area. It's just very hard for me to adapt to it. You know what I mean? It just seems very alien to me and foreign. But you know, it's nice though. It's nice that some families actually act like families. You know, it's good to know that that's still out there, even though it's hard for me to relate to. Another cool thing that happened, I'm driving home from work, and I have the radio on. I'm listening to the Andy Dean Show. I think his name, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Andy Dean Show. I haven't been listening to him that much, but he's the only one to really listen to on the radio. I don't have satellite or anything. that's an alternative to Sean Hannity. I'm not a big Sean Hannity fan. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just infantile type of debates that go on there, and I don't know. It doesn't hold my attention. To me, is like the mediocre side. I'm more a Mark Levin, kind of direct, very super ultra informative type of talk show, along the political talk show type stuff. And well, lo and behold, you had Ryan Murrow on. It was pretty cool to hear him announced. I'm like, I can't believe he's on, on the radio out of the blue. I just happened to be on, listening to it. He did really well. He was basically commenting on the Benghazi situation, which is a complete disgusting display of abuse of power, which we're all used to seeing because we're the ones awake, watching, and paying attention. And I've become kind of desensitized to it. It's like, what am I going to do? Besides, I'll write. I do go a little bit harder when it comes to Second Amendment and everything else, but all the other stuff, it's like, I got to worry about preparing at home and making sure I'm good when this whole thing falls apart. Because to me, it's inevitable. How it's going to go about, I don't know. Personally, I think it's all going to revolve around Israel. I think that's going to be the powder keg that's going to send it off. And that's just my belief based on everything, not only religiously studying, in my religion and what I study in the Bible, but also when I look in the secular realm, it's just such a powder keg, and I can totally see that blowing up. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So I read, pay attention, and that's all I can do. And I'll fight when it comes to Second Amendment, or I'll get directly involved, at least writing or contacting the best that I can. Especially locally, I try to pay attention to what's going on within my districts that directly affect me as well. That's all we can do. And make sure you vote for every election, and even though I'm not sure if it really means anything, it seems like no matter who you vote for, they're all going in the same direction. They may have fights and spats over here and there, but they seem to keep trucking along the same direction of revoking more and more of our rights and kind of putting us more and more into a corralled scenario. As long as everybody keeps buying and buying and going into debt and buying, they're happy. And as long as they can keep taking more and more from you while you're on that gerbil wheel trying to keep up, That's why I hardly even watch TV. I'm still watching Lost. Because I'll see it in the value bin or something. It'll be like $10 for the whole set, and I'll buy that, and that's it. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're not watching this show, or I can't believe it doesn't affect me, and that's the sad thing. These people are just so plugged in to just watching instead of doing. I think that's the biggest problem. We've become a country of watchers. We're like a country of voyeurs. We kind of live through it. Mostly it used to be only sports where you'd live through the victory of your team, right? Even though you're not winning anything. You didn't win a thing. But you're like, yeah, we won. No, you didn't. You weren't running down the field doing the touchdown. And those are the people that are going home to their multi-million-dollar mansions, and you're still sitting in your lazy boy. It's a screwed up world. But that's what we do. We watch instead of do. And that's one of the things that's great about prepping too, is to get involved in doing. Roast my own coffee, you saw in the last video. Or I'm about to make some new fire starters that I learned from another channel, which I'll film and show you guys. They're fire starter raviolis, I think is what he called them, from one of the guys. I'll give the channel and everything when I do that video. I finally got the materials I need to do it, and I'm going to put that into my my bug out bags as part of my fire preparation and stuff. Now back onto the bug out bags. We'll segue. I'm just about done putting together the first get home bag, which is the smaller bag that one should have if you're usually motoring around where you're mobile a lot, but you're within reason of 30 to 40 miles from home at all times. I'm usually never much farther than that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through everything that's in it, and I carry it every single day when I'm at work. It's always with me in my truck. And I usually take it home with me too. Obviously, I'll take it right home. So it's kind of cool because not only do I have a bug out bag in my personal vehicle, then I have my get home bag. So when the get home bag is in my personal vehicle, I'm like tripled up on things. I have a ton of redundant items that I can stow away or throw into my car bug out bag, and then of course the major bug out bag, which would be in your home, the one that God forbid you have to use. Which, I mean, if you have to use that thing, then we're in serious trouble. But I'm going to start with the get home bag, and I have very limited time with work, and I'm finally going to be doing my Day to Pray for the Peace of Jerusalem ministry work that I'm involved in through Eagle's Wings. And we actually had a conference call last week that got hijacked. Somebody got on there and started playing loud music. And the only people who have the phone numbers for this is like people who are directly involved, the coordinators such as myself. So either one of us got hacked or a family member got the information and decided to play her. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not far into it. There's a lot of ill will towards Israel and Jewish people in general. I mean, anti-Semitism is greater now than it was back in World War II, believe it or not. It's just something I tend to do a lot of speaking against, and I work against, and it's just one of my callings in my Christian walk is what I do. So I'm ramping up that, but most of that you won't really see. I mean, I have a Facebook page, and that's that's directly for ministry. If whatever videos, I'll let you guys know if you're interested to watch some of the Day to Pray stuff that I put up. That'll be on the Word of Life Christian Ministry YouTube site, which is the WOLCMNJ. That'll be below. Link below if you want. You can sub it, and when it comes up, you can watch it. It will be plainly labeled Day to Pray, and you'll probably see me doing some speaking on those. Other videos, I think the next one that will be coming up readily is I'm just going to do a quick video that I promised to put out on how I look at my news. Like, you have very limited time, so where do I go to get my news quickly? And we live in a time which there's no excuse not to be in the know, and no excuse to be led astray by misinformation. You have Google. If you find, let's say, an article written on one website, and you don't find it anywhere else, and that website's kind of dedicated to a particular cause, or it's very heavily right-winged or whatever. If you can't find that story anywhere else but that website, you kind of use the same method of finding sources that most of the media used to do, where you find 3 to 4 sources. And with Google, I mean, you can do that within minutes, and that's, but I'm going to do a video on the different websites that I use to quickly gather my news for the day and move on. Like, I don't sit there and obsess. I'm not constantly reading newspapers and everything. I don't have the time. But I do stay in the know. And the good thing is, a lot of people here on YouTube, I'll shout out a couple of channels. One of them in particular, One Ugly Guy actually told me about. Anyway, I'm running out of time, and this is my vlog for this week, and I hope you guys are doing well. I also have book reviews that I have to keep up on those so I can get the 50 done before the end of this year, even though it's a year-old endeavor. I just never had a chance to load these up, so these are all old videos. But I just don't want to inundate my channel with just book reviews, because I don't even think that many people have watched them. But I wanted to do the challenge anyway. I made the videos, so I might as well post them, you know, here and there. I'll do another. I have some other videos when I went to Toad's place to see one of my favorite bands. In fact, one of the members of the band I was going to actually have play at my house. I'm trying to work that out. We'll see if that comes into fruition. That's that band Dada. I've listened to them ever since as long as I can remember. Anyway, let me stop before I go into like another Mojo Pin 12 never-ending talking video. Do your best, let God do the rest, and thanks for subbing. Thanks for all the new subs, and I know I've lost a few already, but that's all right. You know, this is, you know, I do what I do, and if you're not into it, then that's fine, man. Take care, you know. All right, guys. I swear, I'm stopping the video right now.